the structure of it as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first pose that I'm going to be going over is tree pose. It's also known as Vrikshasana, and it's pretty simple for the most part, except there's a few things that I just want to make sure that you're staying aware of. So for starters, we're just going to go ahead and take a few deep breaths here. Hands relaxed by your side. One more. Make sure you're relaxing your shoulders. And from here, we're just going to rock side to side, fluctuating our weight from our left to our right leg. And then if you want to settle on a leg, I'm going to choose my right leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift our body into what's known as releve for my dancers. Otherwise, it's just on the balls of your toes. And you're going to ground your right foot into the earth, making sure that your hip is not too out. You don't want to be sitting like this. Make sure your hips are nice and squared. Your foot is nice and grounded. And then for my beginning levels, go ahead and place your foot on your ankle. If you want to start here, you can also go ahead and place your hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra, and go ahead and leave your foot on your ankle. If that is a little too simple for you, you can go ahead and move it to your calf. If not, then maybe you can reach it. Go ahead and grab your ankle, place it on the inside of your thigh, and reaching your full tree pose. But I just want to make sure that I emphasize that no one hurts or injures themselves by putting their foot on their knee joint. It's going to hurt and it's not going to feel very well. So just make sure that you go ahead and avoid that by choosing ankle, calf. Go ahead and grab your foot and place it on the inside of your thigh. I almost fell there. Make sure that you're squeezing your core so that way you can keep balancing for days on end. If you would like, go ahead and place your hands above your heart, or you can go ahead and do a high prayer. And this is your tree pose. So before I move on, I just want to let you know maybe a few pointers about where you should probably do this pose or where it would best affect you. In my opinion, this is definitely something that I would do maybe in nature by the ocean, or if I'm going on a hike with my dog, or maybe even just a walk down to the beach or something. It's definitely great to practice that pose while you're in nature because it is tree pose. And I just feel like it helps me ground myself a little bit more when I am doing tree pose. And when I open my eyes, I look out and see nature of some sort that helps me for some reason feel a little bit more connected with the pose and what it stands for and just with myself. And so it just helps me focus on the intention that I set in the beginning of that practice or just in the moment. So go ahead and make sure that you can either get somewhere close to you, maybe a dog park or something just involving nature. And I promise you that it'll just feel 10 times better. Okay, so this next pose that I'm going to do is called dancer pose, and the Sanskrit name is Natarajasana. And I'm just going to go over the basic structure for this as well. It's a beautiful dancer pose, and it opens the entire front body and engages your core, it engages your heart and your chest, your shoulders, all the muscles in the front. And it also helps strengthen your muscles, especially, well, I think it's especially your ankle and it's your foot, most because you're balancing on one leg, so it's definitely going to strengthen that leg muscle, and it's going to definitely strengthen that ankle muscle. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We're going to face one of the sides. We're going to lift our chest, roll our shoulders back, take a few deep breaths. Make sure that core is squeezed and engaged. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did for the previous pose. We're going to shift our weight onto our right leg, up and over, grounding yourself in that leg and that foot. Making sure that your toes are nice and spread wide so that you can help grip the floor, help you balance a little bit better. And then from here, I like to do it the dancer way. So I'm going to put my foot connected to my ankle in a little bit of a passe. And then from here, I work it back up. And then here, I grab my ankle, making sure that I'm squeezing that core. I can already feel my body getting very warm. I'm going to grab my ankle from the inside, and I'm going to slowly hinge at the hips, keeping my chest up, shoulders away from my ears, and my right arm is going to come up, and it's going to keep going for as far as I can, and I'm going to hold it. If you'd like, with this hand, you can go ahead and choose a mudra and focus on that, making sure that you're gazing up towards the sky, taking deep, deep breaths here. It's okay if you're a little shaky. And on the next exhale, come back down. And reverse just like that. Something I really like about this pose is that it definitely helps open up your chest, because as you're in that pose, you want to make sure that you're pulling your shoulders back, pulling your arm away. It doesn't look like I'm flexing, but you want to be flexing. You're going to micro bend the elbow, micro bend the knees, and make sure that you're just not being too strenuous on your limbs and joints. So another thing that I love about it is that it also helps bring your shoulders back. If you are paying attention to how your shoulders are when you're doing it, because some people tend to punch while they're doing it because they think, oh, I need to bend more forward to get a little higher. This pose is not about height, it's not about flexibility. It's going to help your flexibility, and it's going to help make sure that you are properly aligned and just using everything properly. So another thing besides the shoulders is that you're also opening up your hips. So when you are in dancer's pose, your hips are also being pulled back and stretched. It's almost as if you were doing a split in the air, is how I like to kind of picture it. So that's another great reason why this pose is very super beneficial, and I just recommend it to everyone to try and go ahead and do your best. So another pose that I'm going to go over today is the Buddhasana pose, which is also known as eagle pose. Personally, for me, it wasn't one of the easiest poses to establish, but I eventually got to it, so now I'm going to help you. It is a part of the Hatha yoga, and it's used in the modern yoga that's used today. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We're going to stand here in mountain pose, take a few deep breaths. Toes are nice and grounded into your feet. I want to make sure that you are not pigeon-toeing your feet, and that's just letting them concave in. That's not going to help any of your knee joints. It's not going to help the proper pose. So you want to just make sure that your balance is evenly distributed on both legs. And after a few breaths, you're going to go ahead and make sure that you're balancing on one leg, and so that one leg is grounded. I'm going to go ahead and balance on my right leg, so I'm going to come up and over, making sure that my foot is nice and grounded. And then from here, you gotta stick with me, you gotta take a deep breath. We're gonna start with our arms, bring them up, inhale. Go ahead and strengthen your right arm. Your left arm is gonna come over. They're gonna bend and hinge at the elbows. And you're gonna intertwine them and lock them as close as possible. If you can't exactly put your hands in this position just yet, then you wanna make sure that you're at least keeping them aligned like this. But if you can, go ahead and try and grab the inside of your palm, or just hug your left thumb with your right hand. So it's going to be in front of your face, but what you want to do is make sure that you're lifting up to about chest level with your arms. So I know it looks like it's in front of my face. I'm just going to turn this way real quick. But you're going to make sure that your abs are engaged, your shoulders are down, away from your ears. You're lifting your elbows to about shoulder height. So this is what it looks like. And then from here, if you can see, I'm also making sure that my shoulder blades are being stretched, and it's just allowing the blood flow to circulate a little bit more. It's allowing the fascia to loosen, and it's definitely something that has helped my shoulder problems. So I'm making sure that you're pulling away. It's nice and engaged. You're going to plie or bend at the knee on your right knee, and you're going to lift your left foot bring it over your knees, so just like the elbows, they're connected at the point. And I can't quite wrap my foot behind my leg just yet, but I'm placing it, I'm going to turn this way, on the outer side of my calf, just like that. Because eventually I can get it to go around. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and still face this side. Plie, wrap the knee, and hold. Making sure that your back is straight, you're pushing your arms away from your face. You can gaze at your hand, or you can fall out and make it look cute. But that is the basics of the eagle pose. For beginners, I recommend that you just simply keep your leg planted on the ground with your big toe. You're also bending slightly, ever so slightly. And if your arms can't quite do that, again, just keep them side by side. Keep them side by side and just start here. And then eventually you can be able to get into that full eagle pose. And that was it. That was the 3 basic yoga poses that I wanted to go ahead and break down for you guys. They are most commonly used in today's modern hatha yoga practices. So I hope that you were able to catch on to it a little bit easier. I hope I broke it down nice and smooth for you, and go ahead and like and subscribe. Please feel free to share this with family and friends, and thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope that you have a great day, and thanks again for watching.